Why are you emotionally wounded? Have you had one or two heartbreaking experiences? Do you remember anything about the experience? If this is the case, you may be emotionally injured. An emotional wound is associated with emotional or psychological trauma, and the consequences of these wounds can be dangerous to both your mind and body. You can include many emotions and events such as, sorrow, domestic emotional abuse, betrayal, and others. Do you suspect you've been emotionally harmed? Here are 7 indicators. Number 1. You are experiencing flashbacks. Did you have the idea that many people have experienced flashbacks after an emotionally stressful event, even years later? Did you know that explicit and implicit are the 2 types of flashbacks? Explicit flashbacks are usually the first thing that comes to mind. It is like the incident where replaying itself in front of you. It's a standard flashback in which you relive an incident. While explicit flashbacks are more, memory-driven, implicit flashbacks are far more emotion-driven. These flashbacks generally include experiences during infancy or early childhood, before the kid had a strong, explicit memory. Number 2. You have a poor sense of self-worth. Emotional wounds hurt, and frequently cause you to doubt your value. According to therapy Tracy Hutchinson, these wounds are frequently verbally aggressive, disrespectful, or degrading. You may look back on those experiences and feel insignificant, useless, guilty, or even embarrassed. However, keep in mind that these emotions are more likely a result of an emotional trauma, not a reflection of you as a person. In an attempt to rationalize what occurred to you, your mind may be processing a specific incident by ripping you down. However, with appropriate healing, you will be able to process in a healthy manner that will not lead you to doubt your confidence or self-worth. Number 3. You have difficulty regulating your emotions. Do you find yourself becoming enraged about little matters? Unexpectedly lashing out? Do you have trouble sleeping at night? All of these might be symptoms of an emotional wound. Emotional control includes a wide range of abilities. Emotional scars can make regaining control of broken emotions extremely difficult. According to psychologist Melanie Greenberg of Psychology Today, emotional traumas frequently damage the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, the 2 brain regions primarily involved for emotional control. Number 4. You find yourself eating emotionally. Do you ever find yourself eating aimlessly? There's a chance that you're dealing with an emotional wound. Emotional eating is often under stressful, painful, or an uncomfortable situation. Food frequently causes the release of dopamine, a feel-good chemical in the brain. As a result, emotional eating is a typical side effect of emotional stress. It might distract someone from their history and represent reclaiming control. Emotional eating may lead to various eating disorders. So if you can relate, it's vital to acknowledge it in yourself and healthily focus on healing. Number 5. You have an erratic sleeping pattern. Do you have difficulty falling asleep? Are you sleeping too much? Do you find yourself waking up at odd hours of the night? All of this commotion around you might be the result of an emotional wound. Trauma has a detrimental influence on sleep in a variety of ways. For example, you may have nightmares while sleeping, suffer a lot of worry at night, or have a great amount of adrenaline in your body that you can't help but remain attentive and awake when you should be resting. Number 6. You have a heaviness in your heart. Do you feel sad and cry over little things? Intense sorrow is a key indicator of an emotional wound. You may feel strangely melancholy throughout the day, or you may have spells of sorrow at random. You may even be able to communicate your interior sorrows by easily sobbing over little matters. Extreme grief is difficult to take, and if it lasts for an extended period of time, it can lead to emotional numbness. This is when you go from experiencing a wide range of emotions to feeling nothing at all. Number 7. You feel the most secure when you're alone yourself. Do you feel the greatest serenity when you're alone, in addition to being sad? Is it true that spending time alone makes you feel the most at ease and secure? If this is the state, then you may be suffering from an emotional wound. These wounds ache because you were more likely harmed or deceived by a close friend or a family member. This may drive you to avoid social activities, spend a lot of time alone, and even begin to isolate yourself unintentionally. Although you may feel better alone in the moment, consider that social isolation can harm your mental health as well as well-being in various ways. Hope this article will benefit you in knowing about some of these symptoms of emotional wounds. Are you dealing with an emotional wound? Please let us know in the comments below if you felt the same thing. I hope that you'll find this video to your valuable advantage and it might help you in different ways. If you found this video informative, do like and subscribe. And don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. Plus, you want to suggest us a topic for the next video? Feel free to tell us. See you in the next video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.